What's up, guys? Welcome back to another intro pack video. Today I'm going to be getting a little bit more into sort of, I guess, my sort of religious, spiritual side, just a little bit more than most of the other ones have. And I'm going to be talking about my Celtic Druidic tree sign. And I'll explain all about what that is, etc. in the rest of the video. So let's get into this. Alright, so the Ogham cycle, which is what you would look up if you were looking for this, is a little bit different than, say, the star signs. With star signs, there are 12 clear-cut spaces of, from here to here is this one sign, and then nowhere else in the rest of the year does that sign appear. The Ogham cycle is a little bit different. There's more than 12 signs, so just because you're born 2 or 3 days before or after somebody doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the same tree sign. You might have the same star sign, might be born in the same Chinese zodiac animal, but your tree signs could be different. Now, if you are going to look this up on your own, online, then it is, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Important, I guess, to realize that this being what it is, there is no sort of defined, like, for instance, the Chinese still celebrate Chinese New Year, they still celebrate what year it is, so we know, counting backwards if you have to, what year you were, like what your Chinese zodiac animal is. We know that from about the 22nd-ish of each month onwards for the rest of that month until the next 22nd-ish is a particular star sign. In as far as the tropical zodiac is concerned, had a look the other day, and my Vedic star sign, according to sidereal zodiac, is different. I'll get into that in a completely different video. But yeah, so but even with that, it still follows the same star signs. Whereas this celebrates the 4 major sort of celestial days, events, whatever you want to call them. So the 2 equinoxes in spring and autumn, where the day and the night hours are equal in length, and the summer solstice, which is the longest day, and the winter solstice, which is the longest night. It then also celebrates the 4 main Celtic festivals, one of which is Samhain, which in the Northern Hemisphere, obviously where the Celtics are from, that festival has become Halloween, hence. Yeah, so there's, and it's equally between an equinox and a solstice. There's 4 of those, obviously equally between an equinox and a solstice, and they all have the same sign. It is the only sign in this cycle that appears 4 times. The equinoxes and solstices only appear once, and every other sign appears twice. Other things that are important to know the your date of birth. The Celts measured the day as starting at sundown, not sunrise. So the night sort of came before the day. So in that sense, if you're born on the night of a particular day, your tree sign will actually be whatever the day after is, which can mean the difference between one sign and another, obviously. So, yeah. Getting a little bit more personal into mine, sort of show you a little bit what this is like. My sign is the Rowan tree, represented by the Ogham letter Luesh, which translates in English to the letter L. I will have a picture of the rune here for you, and I will open up the link here on my tablet. The strengths of the Rowan tree, as far as at least this site gives it to me, is endurance and responsibility, and the weaker ones are a feeling of inferiority, which, yeah, I will attest to. The birthdays for this sign are the 1st of April to the 10th of April, and then the 3rd of October to the 11th of October. And it does say here, has a little note here as well. I will mention it, obviously, because it's here. Some sites, if you type in your birthday, will give you one sign that may be different to what this site that I will link in the description for you gives you. That is due to the fact that Celtic Druids did not determine your sign based on your actual date of birth, but rather the date of conception. This site has already taken that into account, and therefore has put what your date of birth should be. So therefore it's confusing myself. They've already taken that into account. So some of the other ones I've looked at, and it's said that I am an ivy, I think was one of the plants that they had for it. Ivy, funnily enough, is not on this site, but other ones that I've looked up and actually done like proper tests and stuff for have shown me the Rowan tree, and more often than not I've gotten the Rowan tree, leading me to believe that this site has already done all that legwork for you, so you don't have to worry about that. You can literally just go in, find your birthday, and yeah. The other thing to note with that though is that if you were born earlier than your due date or later than your due date, you should probably take your due date as being the date from which you choose you pick your sign. Yeah, because obviously it's taking that date as being your date of birth for how they've adjusted this accordingly. So with all of that ever confusing stuff out of the way, the characteristics and personalities of a Rowan tree person, so anyone, as I said, born between the 1st and 10th of April, and the 3rd and 11th of October, which includes me. So it says here, people born under the rule of Rowan are usually gentle and subtle. Whoa, that zoomed in a little bit too quickly for me. Are usually gentle and subtle, or at least give us this impression. These people have a gentle and fragile appearance, but inside they're strong and determined people who can defend themselves against anything bad that awaits them. Rowan people have a good taste and are often blessed with artistic talents. They give us the impression of closed people who do not like to be the centre of attention and who try to avoid big social events. They hate gossip, so you can absolutely trust them that they will never blabber things they know about your private life. Rowan people are ideal employees because they have a highly developed sense of responsibility. Although they can act absolutely independently and work with imagination, they are sometimes easy to manipulate. They often suffer from low self-confidence, and the lower their self-confidence is, the more they care about their dignity. Rowan people are good and reliable friends. They never talk much, they never let anybody down. They will never betray you. On the contrary, they often take care of other people's problems while they forget to take care of themselves. But they are not naive, and they do not let others use them. Obviously, being easy to manipulate and then not letting others use you is a little bit of a contradiction there in that paragraph, but continuing. Rowan people are passionate lovers who will give up everything for the person they are in love with. They are picky and demanding. Their relationship is full of dramatic twists and other rather complicated, and often rather complicated, because they can quickly change their mind. You cannot expect Rowan people to be loyal. However, in marriage, they usually show a sense for family life. Thanks to the strongly developed sense of responsibility, they often become strict guardians of the family budget and no less strict educators of their children. So yeah, going into some good parts and bad parts, which is always good. You don't want to be only putting out the good qualities in those sorts of things. But yeah, this site then goes on to show different celebrities born under that particular sign. Some big names, some not as big names, and then as you scroll down again, it goes back into the cycle of things. So yeah, that's all I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit the subscription button and the notification bell. I do have a couple more of these intro pack videos coming, so I think we're almost done though. If not by the end of the year, definitely within the first 2 or 3 months of next year, we'll be done. So we're almost at the end of this, and then I'm gonna have to find something else to occupy a frequent space in my uploads. So yeah, my socials and the link to this website are in the description down below. And until next time, guys, night to A2, and I'll check you all later.